Hey guys, Martin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today on Global we got the Extreme Z Awakening for EZA, Nappa and Vegeta. I was away this morning so I wasn't able to live stream the EZA, but now we are going to showcase them. I got my one awakened, had the spare SA5 copy to get them up to SA25. As you saw, of course, they were full level 10 links ready to go. So we're going to take a look at what they do. So the 12 key super greatly raises attack and defense for one turn, colossal damage to all enemies and lowers attack. I do usually use this unit on my World Tournament team because of that. The greatly raised attack and defense obviously is very helpful. And then they massively raise attack and defense for one turn on the 18 key. So definitely worth going for the 18 key when you are fighting one enemy specifically. You do the bigger damage modifier with Mega Colossal and you get the massively raises. And then of course if you do get any additionals, you get the greatly raised from the 12 key as well. So key +2, attack and defense 178. Key 5 and launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super when HP is 78% or more, which is definitely very good, right? A built-in chance to additional means they could get 3 supers in that turn if you get the hidden potential as well. We also get an additional 78% attack within the same turn after evading an attack, which includes supers. Additional attack and defense 78% at the start of turn per existing enemy, so they obviously get a big buff for doing the AoE. So I mean, even beforehand they were good enough in the World Tournament, but they should now basically just be one-shotting everyone in the World Tournament regardless of typing, which should be good. And then they get an additional key 1 with each final blow delivered up to 5, and then exchange with Vegeta when conditions are met, which I believe is the HP 50% or less from the 4th turn. And then they have an active skill which they can use from the next turn. So we'll take a look at that. Unfortunately, we did have a really bad starting rotation here. I would not ideally want to put them in slot 1 at any point. Now, unfortunately, one of their only 200% leader skill on Global really is Raditz, because, I mean, Ginyu is as well, but, you know, Ginyu, you're kind of just running a Ginyu Force team. Their only other 200% lead in the game is the AGL Freezer that just came out on JP, so of course is not out on Global. So this is one of their only 200% lead teams. And then in terms of the build, I haven't changed it since they got their EZA announced or anything like that. It was full additional. I think that probably is the best bet. A little bit of extra dodge would be good as well, of course, because they do get the attack buff if they get a dodge. So if they get a dodge in slot 1, then obviously they can then get a large attack boost that would be pretty good. So, of course, I was going to say, as long as we don't get immediately slot 1 supered, we should be fine. So, considering we only started off the turn on like 200k defense, so not great, but I guess we'll see how we get on here. No crit, sadly, means we don't do a lot of damage. We do get the additional super though, so 4.5. That means we had a massively raises on the first super, which takes us up to like 500k. Then a greatly raises as well. So there are about 650 plus k defense on this turn, which is pretty good. Oh boy. Not great defenses from the other boys on the team here, is it? Raditz and Turles with no key. No Goku family enemy, so no support from Turles, which is unfortunate. At least Raditz got an additional super, so he can at least tank the normals here. But not exactly the greatest start for our team here, is it? So we'll go ahead and do this. We do have Yajirobe on the team just so he can go in slot 3 and provide that little bit of extra support, which is nice. So we'll go ahead and grab these. As long as we don't get slot 1 supered again, then yeah, we'll be fine here. Carnival Goku on the team. Of course, Raditz, you know, as terrible as he is, at least one of his 170% for his leader skill was Pure Saiyan, so we do get access to a whole bunch of good units. Not a lot of really, really top tier, like must-run Pure Saiyan support units, but Carnival Goku can be pretty decent. And then, of course, Yajirobe comes in under the Saiyan Saga part of the leader skill, enabling us to get that extra support in slot 3. We did eat another slot 1 super though, so we are yet again taking a huge amount of damage. We did get the seal. Let me get some dodges from Yajirobe in slot 3, okay. So we get a little bit of a heal. Now this is the slot 1, this is the kind of rotation I actually wanted to run here. So they link up decently well. We get 4 links, Saiyan Warrior Race, over 9,000, Shattering the Limit, and then Legendary Power. So if we put them here, we obviously get Brutal Beatdown with Turles as well. Now the active skill, we're probably going to get the transformation because we can't really get a lot of healing going on the team here. The active skill gives them a guaranteed dodge, but they lose 50% attack. So they lose half of their attack, but then because of their passive, we are going to get a dodge immediately in slot 1, which then means, of course, we will get an extra 78% attack. So we're going to lose a whole bunch of attack, but then we'll dodge and get a bunch of extra attack. So that is going to be interesting. So if we do... Can't even get their 18 key super, though. Yeah, this team, I mean, they could be kind of interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they look like on some of these other teams, like running them under a 170 lead, but I'm not sure where even the best place necessarily for them would be, because 200% teams aren't the be-all and end-all, but like when it comes to, if you're running a unit that has a pure Saiyan's leader skill, but is like a super type character, for example, you've got way more options for units that are going to link better and just work better on that team overall than this Nappa and Vegeta. We really need like a really good Extreme Saiyan team. Like, I mean, it's a bit of a shame that Raditz was the fumble that he was, because he's a character that we're probably not going to see another premium unit for anytime soon, which is a shame. I would love to have gotten a Dokkan Fest Raditz that was actually good, instead of what we've actually gotten here. I mean, I don't know if Bardock's EZA details are out on JP. I need to do a private server showcase for him. I've heard a lot of people saying he's not very good. I'm assuming they didn't go ahead and EZA Raditz at the same time, who is his side banner unit, because he would obviously be a sub-EZA from Bardock's EZA event. Which is a shame, because that Tech Raditz, he has the potential to be good if he gets a decent EZA. But yeah, Raditz, we need a good new Raditz would be nice. A new Saiyan Saga Vegeta, right? We don't have a Dokkan Fest Saiyan Saga Vegeta with the Gallic gun from the legendary Beam Struggle. Something like that would be really cool, but these guys really need like a new home. There's that side banner unit that just came out with Gohan and Piccolo, who are Nappa and Vegeta, but with a slightly different name, so they can actually link well together. But that unit's just like a slot 3 floater that gets relatively decent defense. Not exactly like the craziest unit. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put you in slot 1 here, so you can get the... you're a little bit better defensively. So now that we've transformed into, or exchanged into Vegeta, I should say, our super attacks are greatly raised attack and defense for 1 turn, colossal damage, greatly lower attack. Then we have massively raised attack and defense, mega colossal damage to the enemy, massively lower defense. And then when we take a look at his passive, he recovers 50% HP, which obviously was very useful. Key 4, attack and defense 200%. Additional attack and defense 100% when HP is 50% or more. Guards all attacks for 3 turns from the character's entry turns. That is very good. Additional key 3 and attack and defense 180 when facing only 1 enemy. Then additional key 3, attack and defense 180 when attacking a super class enemy. Which of course on global, not exactly a lot of those running around for meta relevant content. Additional 3 key and attacks effective against all types when key is 18 or more, and a guaranteed crit at 24 key. So he's starting off the turn at 500k defense, and he gets a 100% raise on super. So once he's done his 18 key super, he has 1,000,000 defense with guard, which is definitely pretty good in comparison. Like, I remember from when this EZA came out on JP, people basically saying that like the Nappa version is okay, decent for the World Tournament, obviously, with the extra damage. But once Vegeta comes out, Vegeta definitely looks quite interesting. And as I say, if we do get like a new Dokkan Fest Gallic Gun Vegeta or something like that, then this guy could be really nice on that team. As long as he doesn't get caught in that first turn, well, yeah, that's a 15 million attack stat. As long as he doesn't get caught in that first turn as Nappa, then on the second turn you have guaranteed dodge. And then as long as you get to that HP requirement, you then exchange into Vegeta. So you could be looking pretty good. I don't want to do this. I mean, you do have the most defense, even if it's not the highest, so not the craziest. It's the highest without these guys, but oh, for God's sake, these guys and their key. Absolutely shocking. Alright, we'll do that. Yeah, this team is not the greatest by any stretch. Slot 1 super again. This Limit Breaker second form cell. This cell event has been absolutely relentless so far. It's funny because this is, of course, nowhere near considerably like a difficult event on global anymore, but that just kind of shows you the unfortunate situation that this team is in. But as I say, like 200% leads aren't the be-all and end-all. Like, you could run these guys decently enough under a 170 lead. And like I say, as long as you're not getting absolutely crushed in the first turn by a super, their second appearance, they're going to have guaranteed dodge. And then if you can get Vegeta out, especially nearer the end of the content, because, you know, the anniversary is going to bring events that are slightly longer. But we're also going to have events where we get to fight superclass enemies, which means Vegeta's going to have even more attack and defense when you do actually exchange into Vegeta. So I could see him looking really, really good in some of these other events, especially because we have a lot of bosses that are STR, right? Like the Gogeta Blue Zone event has those 2 STR phases. Which could be very, very interesting. I could definitely see a good case for giving this guy a lot of extra dodge. See, on this rotation, this is really good, right? Once we got Vegeta out, because he gains the Royal Lineage link, we have everything except Brutal Beatdown and Prodigies, and he can get Brutal Beatdown from Turles here, so that is definitely very good. Let's not worry about getting the 18 key for you. We'll get 24 for you, so you get the guaranteed crit here. And then hopefully that's going to be enough to take out Cell. This is without any support as well, so this is definitely very good. Vegeta there getting the extra key, because he gets the extra key and attack buff whenever guard is activated, which means even though he dodged, he's still got it. But obviously type disadvantage, he's not going to do a particularly crazy amount of damage. We should be able to eat this, right, because we still have the guard and the buff. So Cell's still just throwing out these supers nice and early in the turn. Yeah, 15.7 thanks to the extra links. That's with no support on the rotation. So, yeah, Vegeta definitely can look quite good. There's that level 7 dodge coming in clutch for him as well. And then, of course, because he has guard, tanks the normals for double digits. I mean, look at Raditz. Type advantage doesn't even tank normals for double digits because he didn't super. That's crazy. Alright, let's get the extra bit of build up for you. I don't know how much that Turles even needs to build. I brought Turles on the team because he's like one of the only other characters under Raditz 200% leader skill who fits in with these Extreme Saiyans who's like relatively good. Like physical Raditz is alright, but of course because we're not fighting a Goku family enemy, he's not getting his support, which would have been really nice for this Vegeta and Nappa, right, to get the extra little bit of support on top. So they definitely seem like an interesting enough unit, but I mean, you saw, like, difficult enough to get through that first part. There was a few missed supers, but, like, it's turn 9, and we're only now on the AGL cell, which is kind of crazy. So, we'll do this. We're getting a Dokkan attack here with you. I'm going to fire this off. Stun. Perfect. Okay, I was going to say, I was a little bit worried about taking some damage during this turn, so we'll take this. Vegeta, though, unfortunately, that does actually kind of work against us a little bit here, because this Great Ape Vegeta not getting hit first means he's not getting his buff. So I'm going to go for the nodes here and see how much damage we can actually do in this turn. But I mean, yeah, Vegeta seems good. The problem, of course, as well with getting him out early in a longer event is he only has the guard for 3 turns. So obviously he now doesn't have guard. Now having a million defense after supering is cool, because it means he'll tank all normals in the game, at least for now, right, before the anniversary power creep comes to global. And 15.7 million is a pretty good attack stat. If we're getting 24 key, we're getting a guaranteed crit, which is really nice as well. So he can do some good damage, and there's the additional. That's what I wanted to see. The additional super giving him the extra 50% raise. He still does a 10 million attack stat, and then that 50% buff on super means that he's going to be up to either it's between 1.25 and 1.5 million defense, which is really, really good, right? So he will tank all normals, he'll tank a bunch of supers, and then of course if you do have the guard active, he will actually tank most supers as well, so that is definitely good. We'll do this again. There we go, we do get the stun, perfect. Alright, so let's do this. And then we'll do this. So, I mean, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I think Nappa and Vegeta definitely are a decent unit. Their biggest problem is just sort of the case of where do you run them, right? Like, World Tournament, they're going to be great because they're already pretty decent with the Nappa, right? Having an LR on the team with the higher team cost, having the AoE, getting the extra attack per existing enemy just means that they will absolutely just blast away all of the enemies, which is really, really good. But unfortunately, it's, you know, a unit being great in the World Tournament is all well and good, but, you know, who really cares? Piccolo Jr. is the main star of the World Tournament, using his active skill to just take everybody out. And then these guys will be decent enough. But, you know, they could be fun to use. Hopefully we do get some better villain kind of centric team for them. Like Frieza Like when I did one of the Frieza showcases where we were going up against Gogeta, I put them on the team, but they don't link with Frieza at all. So it's like a really weird place. Like he is a 200% leader for them, but they don't really fit with him on his team, right? So it's a little bit awkward. But you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes for these guys. Maybe we will get some interesting Extreme Saiyan like new. I mean, the problem is both Turles and Raditz are not that old. So, I mean, we could, depending on the leader skill they give him, I guess we could get a Baby or a Lord Slug, depending on if they give them like Terrifying Conquerors and stuff like that, right? What kind of category lead they could get. We could get an interesting team that would be fun to run them on. But, you know, the earliest we would be expecting something good like that is, I guess, maybe if Golden Week is like an interesting Dual Dokkan Fest. But Saiyan Day, I think, is unlikely. I mean, I guess to be fair, Saiyan Day could be Gallic Gun Vegeta, right? That'd be kind of interesting. I do want, or would quite like, right, to actually get a good standalone Vegeta for Saiyan Day. I think that would be quite fun. But yeah, I don't know. We're probably going to get... We might even unironically just get killed in the slot 1 here, depending on what he does. If he supers immediately, we might actually die. But, you know, let me know what you guys think down below. Vegeta at least kind of holds his own. Of course, the first attack is the super, so we might unironically be dead. Just kind of shows you the problem of the team that we're basically forced to run these guys on here, yeah. So Nappa and Vegeta are good, but just... do they have a home? I don't know. It's kind of tough. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.